Dear Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear members of the jury, and most particularly dear laureates, I'm delighted to welcome you here to the third edition of Roots Princess Margriet Awards for Cultural Diversity.
Today we celebrate in particular the work of this year's laureates, Bosnian artist Ceyla Kamaric and Turkish artist Kutluk Ataman. The work of our two laureates holds up a mirror to society. In strikingly different ways, their work transforms the reality it portrays, interpreting it, sculpting it, producing a new language and new forms of reality.
I believe that everyone who survived the war is always dividing his or her life in these three stages: before, during, and after.
First of all, I would like to call Ceyla Kamaric to receive her award and her certificate.
Most of the works that I'm showing in the Istanbul Modern Show here are works that were not seen in Turkey before. We grew up with this whole notion of, we are a great nation, but unfortunately we have foreign enemies and we also have local enemies inside us.
The jury meeting in June last year was both a stimulating and a daunting journey through 50 nominations. Along the way, we grappled with the big D question: how to define cultural diversity, both metaphorically and literally. Both Ceyla Kamaric and Kutluk Ataman provided dynamic answers to these questions. Both use their art to communicate individual narratives which counter the generalizing effect of cultural typecasting. And it's our immense pleasure to introduce them as laureates for 2011.
How can we imagine the future differently than today? How could we use our anger at blatant injustices around us and turn it to hope for a better way of living together? We need a space where these elements and much else can come together, a space where each expert can move beyond their expertise and contribute to something bigger. I want to call this space the space of art.
Our interest in supporting cultural diversity, in supporting artists and people who are expressing these differences in Europe, and to bring people together to think about how we move to a shared future in Europe.